a lantern what squeaks when it swings in the hall. There's nets and harpoons and old ropes on the wall.
After a winter finished off by a £2 PB grayling, the trotting rods were put to the back of the shed and out came the tench tackle. It was a cold, wet start to the spring season, but some beautifully handcrafted lift floats from BeeMouse Fishing soon lifted our spirits, and it wasn't long before the early morning starts began. It's 5:30 AM in the morning, and I'm just about to set off to go do my first tench session of the season.
In terms of the conditions for tench fishing, I'm not too sure because I'm not an expert in tench fishing. I've never really caught a big tench before, but it was really cold overnight. I don't think it got down to 0, but it wasn't far off. But this morning, been welcomed by a stunning sunrise. Blue, sort of quite clear skies. It's roughly around 4.5 it says in the car, 4.5 degrees. It's quite still, it's not too windy, and honestly I am just buzzing to get sat by that pond watching that float, and fingers crossed it's going to lift up and slide away to a lovely tinker.
And first fish of the session on the lift method is a beautiful spring roach. Put him back.
Are you casting yet?
Bonny little perch. Cracking. So for a bit of context, this is just us being big kids really. This is nothing to do with fishing. What are you doing, James?
We built us a GoPro mount so we can have a nosy what's going on below the surface.
Where is it? What do you call it?
So this is the frog mount. I've had more than a few hours worth of work go into this.
That is just so cool. Excellent stuff. Right, let's see what you've got on there. Is that a lift bite?
Yeah.
You look quite far out then.
Yeah, just beyond the lilies. Can you see the sunken lilies?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Alongside them. So
wow.
A bit further out.
So the slim tinkers are doing the business, mate.
They are indeed.
Hat-trick brem. That's bigger than the last two, mate. Isn't it? Yes.
Hello, Brem. Bremas.
James was bagging up for fun and decided to give me a helping hand.
Get some bacon. I'll keep it out with bacon.
Yeah. That'll do, that's quite a nice marker actually.
Yeah, balance.
Yeah, perfect mate.
Right.
I think you've got enough there, mate. Hey! Not bad, eh?
Sounds pretty mad, brilliant.
Good thing it was over the net. Right, should we put him back?
Aye.
Please land it. Yes! Fucking relief.
Hello, Bree.
Oh my god, mate. How many of them have I missed today by being over depth by about, what, 4 inches? Oh, the relief.
I'll go get the mat.
That's all it needed.
Yeah. Slight tweak.
That was the first bite after I took the 4 inches off the depth. Straight into it. That's the difference, innit?
Yeah.
I cannot believe it.
4 inches makes a massive difference, Joel.
I've missed about 50 bites. And it's all because I was slightly over depth. It's a nail. I don't think this is going to come out on the GoPro, it's too dark.
Well.
Oh, hello. And first bite after tweaking the rig, straight into a fish. Lovely, snotty spring Brahma. Happy, happy days. Excellent stuff. Beautiful lift bite again. And a lovely way to potentially finish the session.
Yes, indeed.
Excellent stuff. Let's get it back. After banking a good ton of slabs across multiple sessions, we decided to change venues. Unfortunately, we've got this storm Kathleen forecast, and she's coming in tomorrow with up to 45-mile-an-hour winds, which pretty much writes off the day. It's quite a drive from where I'm based to get to the spot where I'm hoping to go, and it just seems like a bit of a bad use of time. I'm really confident that once the weather's right and I get to a venue where I know there's tench to be had, I think I've got as good a chance as I've ever had, really. So yeah, a bit gutted, well, really gutted, because I was quite looking forward to going out after a busy week at work to get this tench on the bank. So it's just gonna have to be delayed until the storm passes through, and yeah, fingers crossed we get some better weather soon.
Anyway, I am going tench fishing, and there is a storm. It is very windy, it's chucking it down, but I'm just completely obsessed with catching a tench. So there I am, going fishing in Storm Kathleen. Wish me luck.
Literally just put my bait in. I'm going with big bait straight away. I've not got a full day's fishing today, so I've put a bit of hemp down, maybe 5 or 6 bits of corn, a very small handful of maggots, just a bed of bait, and I've got sweet corn on the hook, quite a big hook really, a 14. So yeah, I'm not expecting as many bites as when I last came, and I was catching lots of lovely roach, but I'm really here to try and tease out one of these tench. there's some really nice bream in here as well, actually, which would be nice if I could get into any of those. Storm Kathleen is coming in. It was really windy when I arrived. It's a bit calm now. It's maybe the calm before the storm, but we'll see. Oh, I'm in. That was a beautiful bite. Such a light lift on the BeeMouse isotope tinker. Such a delicate lift. It'd have been tempting not even to strike that. It was the slightest of lifts. Wow, this is holding. This is holding. I've not seen the fish yet. Oof, oof. Go on, son. Wow. He's really got his head down. I think it could be a tench, this. Oh, it is. It is. Oh my god, I've got it. First tench of the year. A beautiful spring tench. Exactly what I came for. Happy days. Well, that's officially my first tench of the year, and easily a PB. I've not weighed it. It would have been between 2 and 3 pounds, something like that. But yeah, I mean, fantastic stuff. Fantastic. Last time I came, there's no sniff of tench at all. That's the first proper bite, first fish, which is just ridiculous. And the weather's turning a little bit now, so I'm really glad I've got the tench that I've been after on the bank early doors. Pressure's off now. I can just sort of sit and enjoy it, and if the weather does come in, I can just get off, pack up, go home, and it's job done. That didn't even hit the bottom then. What I'm going to do now is, whilst the weather's pretty wet, I think it's getting better now, it's definitely clearing up, I'm going to move to another fishery instead of sitting out in the rain, and see if I can get into any more tench. I know that this fishery just up the road does have a good head of tench, and it has quietened off a little bit at this one that I've been at this morning. I can then get into a different water. I've never fished this place before, but I have heard really good things. So fingers crossed, get to this next spot, get into some more tench, and then I'll have to get back. So this is the second fishery. I've got a nice mix here of the Sonia Bait Black Lake ground bait. Pretty sort of general ground bait really. Some chopped worm. I've put some hemp seed in as well, and I've also put a few of these sort of pellets, these hookable pellets, and I think I'm just going to fish pretty much bang in the middle, because I can see some fizzing in the middle there. I'm going to bait up first, get a few balls of this in, and fish over the top on my favourite tench rig, which is obviously the BMF Tinker, little Tinker with an orange top, because it's quite sort of poor light today, and it's gonna go down to a sliding LG shot with 2 float stops, and then about 3 or 4 inches before the hook. So dead simple, nothing complicated. Within 5 minutes I've had a really positive bite. It was a proper lift bite as well. Oh yeah, that's a 10. I think. Yes. Moving spots was a great idea. I've got into this lovely Tinker. It's probably just short of a couple of pound, but it's a Tench, and that's what we're out for. On the float, on the traditional lift method. I'm in again, literally within less than 5 minutes of my second cast. I think it's another small Tench. Absolutely ridiculous. These are not big fish, and they have got some serious fight with them. And the worm is really doing the trick now. I am above an unhooking mat. I know it's out of shot, but this is a much darker colour. Whoa. Lovely, dark Tinker. Happy days. Yeah, we're in. So when I was told that this pond was a bit of a Tench festival, I don't think they were lying, because this is my third of the session. Oh no, this is my fourth. I'm losing count. So I've had two that have been around sort of a couple of pound, and then one that was like 2.5 pound. So what I'm looking for is that bigger Tench now. That could be pushing 3 pound. That. I'm gonna weigh this one. That is a 3 pound Tench. Actually, PB, just over. After ducking and diving the northern storms, my next venue was very south indeed. The sat-nav was set to Surrey to meet my good friend Alex, and we were on the hunt for Tench and Crugens. So just for a bit of context, we've been fishing for probably about an hour this morning. An hour and a half, alright Alex, we'll say an hour and a half. And we didn't catch anything, so because we're impatient, we're going to come look for adders instead and then go fishing again this afternoon. Make the most of this sunshine. Oh, what's left of it.
Right then Joel, what sort of fish have we got today?
Well, not quite the crucian carp that we're after, but arguably a bit more special than that. So we've got the rarest reptile in the UK, beautiful smooth snake. So we're doing a smooth snake survey with Alex. So we've managed to find one, and it's just given me a really nice little nick. And under the same tin, we've got this lovely slow worm. I mean, for me, seeing slow worms is fantastic, but I think they're pretty common for you, aren't they, Alex, down here?
Yeah. Do you want me to take that slow worm off you? I think you've got quite a bitey smooth snake there.
I'm a bit full on here. So yeah, just unreal. I mean, what a nice little break from the fishing, just to come and casually drop on a heathland like this and manage to see and handle a beautiful smooth snake. Fantastic stuff.
Red, brown. So female's larger but shorter tail.
unfortunately, the weather is absolutely horrendous. It's windy, really windy, and it's starting to rain again, a bit heavier than last time. So Alex has disappeared off to get in the dry for a bit. I think we're probably going to give it another hour, maybe. I mean, Alex is catching loads of little, like, nice little roach, but there's no sign of any crucians or any tench. I mean, the water's lapping with the wind. It's like lapping up against the peg. A good day overall, but the fishing has not really been up to the expectations, unfortunately. Anyway, get back up north and try catch some tench up there. Guess who's coming tench fishing today? What a stunning morning. I was up at 5:30 this morning to make the most of the nice weather. I don't think I'm going to regret it. Okay, so I've just literally got set up and casting. I think I've got a bite already. Is that a bite? Oh, just literally missed a bite. I'm fishing on prawns. I've got quite a dense ground bait, which is basically like a liquidised bread, some luncheon meat chopped up in there. I've got some hemp oil, bits of sweet corn. It's just to make it a bit more interesting, really. Also, I've made it quite dense because it's a really deep pond. It drops off 10 foot as soon as you get into the margin under the peg, so I want it to get to the bottom before all the silvers get to it. But yeah, what a gorgeous morning. I've missed 2 bites now. I don't think the depth is set quite right, and with the depth of the water, or the depth of the rig, I need to make sure that I've only got an inch, no more, in terms of the float needing to be cocked on the lift method, so that I can get, as soon as that float moves, I'm just going to strike straight away, because there is going to be a bit of a delay when the fish lifts that bait off the bottom because of the depth of the water. But yeah, we'll give it a go. Tarn's all set now as well. She's just down here at my feet. She's settled down a bit, so fingers crossed we'll get a lovely wild tench. Whoa, holy oh my god. I've just put a bigger hook on and put a bigger prawn on, and literally second cast I think that was, and the float just flew under, and this feels like a good fish. Oh wow, wow. I really need to land this fish. This has been a long time coming. Targeting wild tench with no success. And now I've got the opportunity to land the fish that I've been targeting for a couple of months now. This could, don't want to jinx it, this could be a PB tench, and it's a wild tench, so it means a lot more than my commercial PB. Whoa, this is far from ready. Just look at that. Tarn's actually more relaxed than me for a change, which is says it all really, doesn't it? That'll do. Okay, so it's 5:12. Oops. That is bang on 5:12 with the net. And this is what I've been waiting for. a wild spring tench caught on the lift method using a centre pin, traditional tactics. It's taken a long time to get this fish, a very long time, and I'm absolutely over the moon. Just look at it. What a chunky thing this thing is. That gorgeous red eye. Happy days. So it has just quietened off a little bit, so I'm just giving Tana a little bit of a walk because she's getting a bit irritating. So I've just weighed the net and it's £1.7, which makes the tench just over £4, which is a PB by over £1. I think the last tench I caught on my last PB was £3 1 ounces. I mean, it was, you know, £3, so it's over £1 bigger than my last tench, which I am buzzing about. Anyway, get this dog walked and get back to it. I've just moved swims because it went dead on the other swim. I hit a fish on the first cast. Quite a lot smaller, this one, than the other one I caught this morning. Lovely, lovely tench. Okay, this is a big fish. This is a big fish. That absolutely took off. The float just lifted out the water like a rocket and fell flat. Same spot as the last one. It's not far off the size of the last one. The first one this morning. What a session this is turning into now. Unbelievable. You can see where it's been through all those reeds at the side and the pondweed. So this tench is £3.5. I've just weighed it, so it's not as big as the first one, but it definitely fought harder. That initial burst was just ridiculous. Anyway, here they are. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Another stunning spring tench. Just gorgeous. And that there, on my fingertip, just above my thumb, is an indicator of the history of this pond, because it was an old brick pond where they used to abstract clay. So what's happening is, when I'm bringing in, well, it happened when I caught the last tench, I think when the tench are getting the bait, they're driving downwards into the clay, and it's picking up some of that clay off the bottom, which is quite cool. Okay, right, bring it over to the right, over to the right. Bring it over to the right. Start reeling. That's it. Don't let it go to the side. Let me tighten your clutch up a little bit.
How do I do that?
I'll do it, it's alright. Emma and her first tench. There we go. So, just brought Emma tench fishing for the first time.
Everybody, is that okay?
Yeah. And she's just caught her first tench, and it's a beautiful fish. just to top it off, James managed to crack the tinkers at that tricky first venue.